People just subscribed for 12 months.
Well, we just missed that. Oliver, hello. Let's go ahead and give you a big boom. Thank you for that, Oliver. Greatly appreciated. How are you today? I had. Happy New Year, Oliver. Great to see you. I apologize that I'm late. Vikram, hello. Elena, hello.
Lazu77 just redeemed Big Boom.
Let's do it. Let's get that in. Okay, thank you for that, Elena. I had pretty much a scare of a lifetime just now. That's why I'm late, so I apologize first off. Second off, Vikram sent me a image to take a look at and maybe edit, and I went to open it up into Lightroom, and my external hard drive wouldn't work. That has everything for Lightroom on it. Oliver says it's okay. I spent time reinstalling my Wacom drivers. I have, Elena, 15 stream streak. That's worth a holy shnikes. Boom. Wow. So, I had to figure out what the heck was going on with that. And then once I was able to actually get my external hard drive to work, I got my catalogs over backed up. This has been a crazy last few months for me, like just absolutely nuts. And so I feel as if I have really failed in certain aspects. And backing up is one of them. So please, everybody, back up your work. I was absolutely panicking. Ooh, I think it's time to buy a new external hard drive. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Shawn Kozel. I am a photographer. I'm based in Germany. Wherever you are watching this, hopefully you can see a Linktree link within the description, and you can check that out. And that is everywhere I am on the interwebs, including my own Discord, where you can contact me and we can chat about stuff. Or share your work and I'll show it live. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to follow, like, subscribe, all those good things. It's greatly appreciated and helps the stream. If you are on Behance, I do have a subscription area, and I also have a Buy Me a Cup of Joe. There are some, as you can see, I'm back to light mode here because my Pro membership has ran out, and I'm in the process of trying to get another one. So unfortunately that kind of sucks right now. So if you want to subscribe there, you can, but I would wait until I get Pro again. It's more beneficial for me because Behance doesn't take a cut of the money then. But as of right now, because I'm not Pro, it does. We don't have much or anything to take a look at. Caroline, hello. On the Discord. Oh, wait, yes, we do. Okay, Elena, I didn't see this. Happy New Year, Caroline, if I didn't say that to you yet. Greetings, we created a joint project on Behance. Please have a look and give your valuable feedback. Here's the link. Best regards. All right, let me share this with you in chat. I am really a little bit off today, so I apologize for that, everybody. Ooh, black and white, a recording in light and inspiring. The original idea, Sylvia D. We have organizers, text. Nice, nice, nice. From 16 countries. Give that an appreciation. I am not going to read all this, but I will let you if you wish to. Let's start out. Ooh, from our own Elena. Mixed media on paper, A4. So very cool. I need to calm down. Ooh. So very cool. I am loving that. And by the way, Vikram, I see you in chat. I haven't had a chance. Wow. I did come up. Okay, there we go. Very nice. The hands are so good. Yeah, Elena is so talented. That looks like a lot of the region. A lot of Europe right now. The MoMA. Very nice. Interesting contrast and lighting and shadows. Not here, we just have drizzle. Well, it was drizzling this morning here. We still have snow. It started drizzling, and then just right before I went live, it started snowing, some pretty big flakes. Great reflections. And I think it stopped. But we've got a lot of warnings happening. Like schools have been canceled, all sorts of stuff. Ooh. We've got a storm inbound, which no one seems to know where it's going to go or what weather is going to bring. That's kind of sounds like us. Ooh, this is funky. An untitled ink on paper. I dig that. Got a lot going on there. Very nice. Ooh, I like this. Storm Groding or something similar. We don't hear about the named storms. You guys seem to name a lot of them. The simplicity of this, I really like it. I really like that. Self-portrait? I like the trees, very cool. Ah, come on. I don't know if this is staged, but there's a lot of good things happening here. Storm Goretti. Named by France, not us. Okay. Wonderful moon. I recognize this courtyard. Wow. That's got to be Paris. It's pretty cool. Double exposures happening. Very nice, very nice. Mafu.
Fujisaki Mafu, you just redeemed Big Boom.
Thank you, Mafu. Very cool. Architecture. That is nice. Like the fog. Oh, Behance, why are you acting like this? Alright. I don't know why Behance is doing this now. Ah, Behance. Well, my groceries have just arrived, so the weather can do whatever it likes now. Yeah, I went shopping this morning. I agree. Nice effect, little glitch effect there. I like the dancers, that's very cool. Wow. Lovely flower. Just wow, this person is good. Amazing. Great work. Great work. Welcome back, Mafu. I had a bit of a scare, so I started late. Going through these pretty quick. Ooh, lovely. And we're back to the Museum of Modern Art. There really is some great photography. That's lovely. That is lovely. What was that? Something is very strange about it. Very off. I don't know if it was generated. The shadows. The woman, something. That's AI. Funky face. No, it was... So the plan today is I was going to do a Lightroom Classic stream. And unfortunately, I had some issues with my external hard drives and scared the bejesus out of me. So I have been trying to get that straightened out, doing some backups, things of that nature. And yeah, so that's why I am late. Elena, thank you so much for sharing that. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I love looking at everybody's work. So today I kind of had to come up due to the fact of everything that was going wrong, and I didn't get a chance to set up my proper stream for Lightroom. We are going to be doing a dive into the basics of Photoshop. So, and I talked about this last stream, the beginning of the year, I like to go over some apps and kind of go over basics, answer questions from you in chat. I like to maybe show some examples, things of that nature. So we are going to start here in Photoshop. So basics of Photoshop, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go over everything. We've got our home screen from where you get started. Now, first off, let's start up here at the top. You have this Photoshop icon button. If you do not know this, and this can be in Photoshop or it can be in Illustrator, if you click on it, it will take you from the home page into your workspace. Now, from here, if you wanted to, you could actually, like if you've got something in your library that you want to get into, you want to work on, you could easily jump into here and jump into your libraries and pull up your images or whatever it is that you're working on. So that's something very easy and quick. Now, if you need to get back to your home page, you can always come up here to the home button and click on that and it'll take you back. Going across the top, we're going to continue on this. We've got our search. So you can go through and search Photoshop if you would like. Then you have this little what's new, and your splash will come back up and it'll have the what's new. So we have the generative fill partner AI models, the ideate, I hate that word, with Firefly boards, and then what's new in Photoshop, and you can check it out from there. And also, of course, you have your own icon up here that gives you the information. Now, we have an open a file. So this will open up your Finder so you can find a PSD or whatever it is you're looking for that you need to jump to. We are on the home page here. Michelle, hello. We are on the home page, so we're going to continue on that. First off, up here at the top, you've got some quick actions. So start with something new, so you can drag and drop an image anywhere on the screen or select an icon to import. You can start from a template for Adobe Express, very important. Then you've got the partner models, and these are all the suggestions up here. You can always hide the suggestions if you're like, hey, I don't want to see those suggestions. But then you also, this is relatively new, the quick skill guide. So if we jump into that, we can drag and drop an image or choose from a sample below. So let's do, it's Stuart's birthday. If anybody knows Stuart Fickling, today is his birthday. So we are going to start with the van because I know Stuart loves the van. So if we jump into here now, this is what ends up happening. This can help a lot of people to kind of learn a few new skills. So we've opened the image up and we've got over here the quick skill guide for the best tools for the tasks. Mafus were lurking. Thank you, Mafu. So first off, you can toggle on the workspace map. And this is going to give you a little bit background. And up here, Michelle, yes, you are right. It's Daryl's birthday too. Whoops. Happy birthday, Daryl and Stuart. You got me there. You got me. So up here at the top, we'll be going over this some more, but you've got tool options and it's got a little video that you can play. Over here, we've got our toolbar. Then we've got our properties panel and our layers panel. And then at the bottom, the contextual taskbar. And so it goes in, kind of gives you what you're working on. So we can toggle that off. A curated set of must-try features. The best of Photoshop. Okay. We've got expand images with generative AI. Generate a new background. Replace a sky. Remove large areas with generative AI. Merge elements into scenes automatically using Harmonize, or adjust overall tones quickly. So we're not going to really jump into the Gen AI that much, but if we click on this, you can apply an adjustment preset, and you can see over here, boom, the presets open up, and we've got portraits, landscapes, photo repair, a creative, black and whites, and cinematic. So if I go through and I hover over these, you can see, like, that's not bad. That one's not bad. This definitely needs some darkening. It is blown out a bit. Caroline says, happy birthday to Stuart and Daryl, just in case they watch the replay. Just in case. So, some very cool. We could always jump in and watch a video. Okay, let's get back out. Now, we've got the essentials. Explore the must-know concepts of Photoshop. Editing non-destructively. Very important. Using layers. Using adjustment layers. Using selections. Using layer masks. Navigating quickly with zoom and pan. And temporarily rotate images, and then making precise selections. I would say that is an absolute perfect breakdown of the fundamentals of Photoshop. Now, of course, while I'm doing this, if anybody has questions, please put them in chat. Let me know. But we're going to continue on. Adjust, edit light and color. We've got the adjustment presets, overall tones. Oh, we have an ads on YouTube. Last time I got like no ads. This time I'm getting ads again. Why do you got to do that? We've got adjustment presets, hue and saturation, curves using the control tone and contrast, and then we have the manual adjustment light and color efficiency in Adobe Camera Raw, which I love. And whatever art that you do, let it be photography, illustrations, painting, whatever. If you're using Photoshop, do not sleep on Adobe Camera Raw. Do not. We're going to continue on. Remove and retouch. Remove complex objects with generative AI. Remove large areas with generative AI. Retouch. Batch remove small details. Okay. Do composite and blend. Ads. We need more ads. No, we don't. Okay. Replace backgrounds or combine images or effects. We've got generative fill, blend to images, blend modes, generate a background, layer mask, sky replacement, harmonization. Generate, resize, rotate, paint, and draw using artistic tools. Design with type, color, and shapes, and stylize. Add creative effects or a distinct look and feel. Oh, we've got blur, wave distortion filter, add dimension with drop shadows, add movement with the path blur, wave distortion. Select the layer you want to distort, convert it to a smart object, and apply the wave distortion. Okay, let's go ahead, unlock that. We're going to do a Command J. Unlock it. Let's turn this into a smart object. And let's go into our wave distortion. Okay, so it doesn't take me there. It just shows me that it's filter, distort, wave. And let me bring this over here. This is an old filter. The reason I know it's an old filter is because it does not have a preview button. It does have a preview through here. Now, to be perfectly honest, I do not use this very often. So we've got the type of wave. We've got a sine, a triangle, square. So staying zoomed in, let's go with a triangle. Oh, square, that got crazy. We can also come in and make sure to randomize. Make sure to wrap around, or we can repeat the edge pixels. I'm going to do the wrap around, and let's go ahead and hit OK. So as you can see, we've got the sand and the sky coming below, up, and top. Yeah. Now the important thing here, I'm going to come over here and looking at our layer panel, you can see right here, it has the smart layer icon on our layer. We can open it up and it even says your smart filter and here's your wave. So if we want to get back into this, we can double click on it and get back in and make some fine tune adjustments. And go a little more crazy and hit OK. Or you can take it down a little. Totally up to you. But since we have two layers happening here, we can always come in and do some funky adjustments. Just grabbing blend modes, seeing what we get here. That's kind of cool. Just seeing if anything looks good. But the pin light, that's kind of cool. I like the exclusion. That's kind of funky. That's kind of funky. But this is the cool thing that since I'm working non-destructively, I can play and not worry about, you know what, okay, this is just dumb. So I can always just come back and we can delete that. So that's one of the big things that we talked about in the beginning, is working non-destructively. All right. So that was getting into stylize. Let's see what it says for me. For me, the quick guides, we've got generative AI credits, Adobe's AI approach, and user guides. So that's getting back into the skills. And what this is more or less talking about, if I go in and let's say I want to use the selection brush, and let's grab a selection really quick, do that, and we do a generative fill, and we do a great white shark jumping out of the water. And we go ahead and generate that. We'll see what we get. Wait for it, wait for it. Wow, that's really jumping out of the water. We have 3 variations. Okay. That's kind of cartoonish. That one's not bad. That one's not bad. So if I wanted to, we can go ahead, hit upscale. And I think it's too small for the upscaling, so that's fine. But one thing to remember, what we've done, what we have here, whenever you generate something, is we come over to our layer mask. You can see that it's given us a layer mask of our selection. So that is our layer mask. You've got, let me zoom in here. These 2 stars on your layer showing you that that is a generative layer. So these, if I click back on these variations, these 3 variations live within that layer. So if you're doing a lot of generating, it can get heavy pretty quick. Now, I know that this was supposed to be kind of an introduction into Photoshop, but we all wanted to see this. We all wanted to see the shark. So, okay. So we've got that. Now, let's get back to the home page. And all of that I just went through is up here under the quick skill guide. So if you are new to Photoshop and you're just wanting to play around, just get an idea of what's happening, you can actually get into here and really play around a little bit, have fun. Okay, so that is basically the start of your home page. You have your recent files that you've been working on. You can see right here, here's the power and art. We can view all files. We can go into a color list or a list mode or the actual grid mode. And so you can see that. Going into view all files, that's going to open up into all of your files that you've been working on. And so this is all the PSD files or PSB files also. And you can check that out, but this is also from your files right there. So let's get back to the home page. So that is the home page when you first open Photoshop. And this is one of the really cool, the in-app learn features. So you actually have hands-on tutorials that are in apps. You've got get to know the app, and it's 3 minutes long, and it even says that it opens in app. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so it comes over here. It says get to know the apps, a hands-on tutorial, start tutorial, and let's go ahead and start it. So we're gonna just do one of these right now, and we have, this is the layers panel. It's one of the many panels you'll use as you work in Photoshop. Let's see how you'd work with the layer panel to edit this image. Okay, now I love me the layers panel. Because I love the layers panel so much, I am a little addicted to the layers panel in Illustrator, more so than most people because my background is Photoshop. But let's go ahead and hit next. To make designing flexible, you can turn layers on and off. How might the image look with the planet in the background? Click the empty box to the left. Okay, now we have the planet. So maybe we need to go over this a little bit. I mean, this is telling like, hey, this is how you do things, which is great, but it's not telling you what things are. So let's close our properties panel, and you can see the planet, the planet is now visible. Okay, great. Let's talk about this. The layers panel. First off, the layers panel should be visible to you, but if it is not, you come up here to Window and Layers. It is alphabetical. You'll see your layers right there. That will open up the panel. So the way the panel works, first off, you have a filter, name, effect, mode, attribute, color, smart object selected, artboard, or group. So we have kind. You can come over here and you've got your different, what you're going to be able to see, and your toggle comes over here off and on. So if we want to see the effects, okay, there's no layers with effects. We got that. And then the layer, we have bevel, emboss, a stroke, an inner shadow, inner glow. None of those effects have been added, so we don't see any of those. Smart objects, do we have any? Well, it's saying that these are all smart objects, but I'm not seeing smart object icons. Let's just take that back to kind. So next off, right here, right underneath the word kind, you have your blend mode. So you can go through and select all of your blend modes, and they are broken up into specific sections. You have a normal mode. If I go into dissolve, and if you're watching this planet up here at the top, let me zoom in so we can actually get a better look. I'm using Option Plus, and you can start seeing that pixelated edge right there on that layer as I use dissolve. And if I use the fill, you're going to see we get more pixelation. That is dissolve, and if we go back to normal, it will take care of that pixels. You can still see somewhat of the pixels because this is a pixel-based program. Next off, you've got darken, and it even says darken. So these are all the modes that deal with different kinds of blending darken. You've got lighten. So that is the light section. You have overlay, which is your midtones. And then you get into difference exclusion, subtract, divide, and then you get into hue, saturation, color, and luminosity. So I'm not doing a deep dive into blend modes right now. Then we have our opacity, which is just the opacity of the layer. And you also have a fill. So the fill will have different effects depending upon what the layer is. Doris, Happy New Year. Good to see you. Then we have our locking. So you can go in and lock it. And this is more getting into painters. So if I want to lock it and I go B for brush and I start painting, you can see I can only paint on that layer. Do a Command Z. It's not allowing me to paint any place else if that is locked. The brush blend mode. It's not allowing me to brush at all. It's locked. Moving will not allow me to move it. So if I hit V and I try to move it, I cannot. Command Z. Could not use the move tool because the layer is locked. Okay, we've got our transform and then lock all attributes. So you can go in and lock everything. And you can see the lock icon comes up right there. And hit unlock and it's gone. Next to the layer is the visibility of that layer. You can make it invisible by clicking the eyeball, turning it off and turning it on. And you can double click onto a layer and it'll bring up the layer effects. So with this moon, if I decide that I want to add an outer glow, and let's take this to normal so we can really see it, and our opacity, and we'll leave the noise there. Let's go. Can add a bigger size, and you can see now we've added an effect. We go ahead and hit OK. You can see that the effect is right there. And if I want to, I can toggle it down and it's telling me, okay, the effect is there. And you go. And you can actually turn it off and on by, again, using the eye next to the layer. You can always jump in and grab the effect and just get rid of it also. Let's do a Command 0, zooming out. Okay. I'm doing a lot of talking. Ooh. How have you been, Doris? I hope you're having a great day. All right, so let's continue on with this basics. Oh, still recovering from the flu. I am sorry to hear that, Michelle. Have a great day. Get some rest. I hope you feel better. Umacorn. Hi, Umacorn. Great to see you. I hope you're doing well. Okay, so this in-app tutorial says the planet layer is now visible, but it appears to be on top of the giraffe and the trees. We can fix that by changing the order of the layers. Let's make sure. So it says drag the planet layer below the waterfall. So you can drag down below, and as you can see, look at the giraffe. It's below the giraffe now. Now it's below the trees or the waterfall. And so now it looks as if it is behind the trees. But again, hopefully it says this, because technically you can see the clouds through it. So Hit next. That looks better. Now the planet appears to be behind the giraffe and the trees. Reordering layers in the panel changes the order of the image on the canvas. One way to think about layers, Paul Tranny put it out this way, and I am gonna steal it because it's really good, is you can think about layers as being plastic, transparent layers. The overhead projectors, let's age myself. I mean, if the gray's not doing it enough, let's make myself even older. In school, you had the old overhead projectors. And with the projectors, you had a couple different things. You had the plastic sheets that you can write on or draw on, and it would project it. Now they were clear, see-through, that way the light could go up and it could project it onto the screen. So the cool thing is, when you're thinking about layers, is you want to be able to think of them as that way. We're layering a series of these plastic sheets on top of each other. So if I turn off all of this, this is the only layer that's being visible right now, is these clouds and stars. So we've got that layer. If we add the waterfall, the waterfall's added, filling the space up, and that looks like that. Then we can start adding the giraffes and the planets and another moon. Okay. So this may seem really, really super basic to a lot of you because you use Photoshop. You would be surprised that this is the basic knowledge of Photoshop, but how many people don't know it because they don't know it? And it's kind of difficult to almost wrap your head around. And that's why some people will only work on one layer, which is not good. I mean, unless it's a smart object, then maybe go wild, but yeah. Okay, let's see what Photoshop says. Reordering the layers in the panel changes the order of the image on the canvas. Press next. Every Photoshop file has at least one layer. Look in the layers panel to see how many layers this file has. 5. Okay. Let's move the moon closer. Oliver says one of the problems with learning with no syllabus, like from the school of YouTube, if you don't know what you don't know, then how do you know to learn it? 100%. Yes. So if you are, I'm a prime example of that, Oliver. And I know I've told this story, but I'm going to tell it again. But when I first got started with Adobe, finding out about Adobe Live, this was 2019, I believe it was. And I got an email saying, oh, check out Adobe Live. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they had these Photoshop daily creative challenges, which at that time was, well, now they don't even have them, but back then it used to be one a day. So 5 challenges a week. 9 challenges in the whole, usually 9 challenges in the whole run. And I'm like, I know Photoshop. I don't need this. I'm a photographer. I use Photoshop every day. Holy holy crud. Did I not know anything? I mean, I was poo-pooing on it, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll turn it on. Let's see what this is. And it might have been Sam Peterson, Voodoo Val, way back when. And it was one of those things, like, I had it on the other screen and I was working on this screen and I just had it in the background. And then every now and then they would say something and it would be like, huh? I mean, I would totally was doing the groundhog, or not the groundhog, the lemur? No, groundhog. Like when the birds come over, like whoa, wait, what was that? What was that? And I found myself being pulled more and more in, to the extent of like, okay, I gotta try this. And so I was working along with them, and then gradually started sharing my work on the Discord, and now this is where I am today. But it was one of those things, like, it was mind-blowing, because just like Oliver says, you don't know what you don't know till you know it, is so true. And that's one of the things I don't mind watching. I'll put it this way. I don't mind watching streams that are beginner friendly. Let me put it that way. Basics. Like, I don't poo-poo on them, because it's not just the tool that I may know about or I may not know about, but it's how that person uses it. It's their workflow. And it's like, oh, okay. So, I mean, there's little bits, like the layer panel. I love the layer panel. Let me give you a couple quick tips here about the layer panel before we move on. Layer panel. If I right click on a layer, I can come down here all the way to the bottom and I can color layers. Let's say, which layer? That's the moon. That's no moon. So let's make it indigo. So as you can see right here, it colors that layer. So there are people that when they're working, they will have a system of, if it's artwork, it's going to be this color. If it's an adjustment layer, it's going to be this color. They, in their mind, they have a breakdown, and they end up going through and doing this, because when you have hundreds, or you could get lost in 20 layers, you can really start diving into that. Next off, take a look. Bro, nice work. Keep it up. Well, thank you, Chrome and Craft. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Chrome and Craft. Just to let you know, today, at the beginning of the year, I always like to kind of go over an introduction and basics into Photoshop, into Lightroom Classic, into Adobe Camera Raw, into different apps. So I love tangents. And if you have questions, please put them in chat, and welcome in. We love new people in the community. All right. Oliver says, I rewatch basic stuff all the time. In addition to seeing different ways of doing stuff from different people, the basics change, new features changed features, new features change features, and if you don't rewatch, you miss those things. Yes. And a prime example is Adobe Express. Oh my gosh. That changes so much. So much. Okay, next off, another tip. So you can color a layer. If you come up here to the hamburger menu up here in your layer panel, Maple Glades. Maple, I gotta tell you, man, I did not get to stick around for your IRL studio photo shoot. Great work. Really, really freaking cool stuff. I hate time zones because I know they exist for a reason, but yeah, I had to go cook for Mrs. Shawn, but yeah. Cool, are you into logo designing stuff? Technically, I do everything. I'm an Adobe community expert, so I like to jump into a little bit of everything. Logo design, I'm not good at it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Illustrator. I love the concept of branding and diving into that. I am not trained in it. I'm a trained photographer. We just finished this week. We just finished Power and Art. It's a community challenge in which I gave away a 12-month subscription to the Creative Cloud. And all artists are welcome here. All artists took place, everybody's welcome here. All art. We enjoy all art, and we have all kind of artists here to help one another. So yeah, I love showing off people's artwork. So do you do video editing in Premiere and After Effects? I do. Most recent, well, okay, I did the weather report. Let's see here. Let's go to videos. For the challenge, I did the weather report, which is Glenn, my character. Actually, let's do this. Let's get back over to Behance. The side gig. Here we go. This was an amazing project that I created the three characters, Glenn, the Godfeather, and Mo. And it started out with a single scene of Mo. Excuse me, not Mo, but Glenn, the Easter ogre. And so this project, I went from Illustrator, Photoshop, Character Animator, Firefly, After Effects, and Premiere Pro to put together this 3-minute animation. And it was a absolute blast to do it. So I pretty much use everything to whatever get the project done. But this started out as a single scene, and chat wanted me to continue, and so I wrote the script, I made new characters. The Godfeather here, which is probably one of my favorite characters that I've made. Where's the first one? Let me come in here. Here we go. All right, so the Godfeather actually started out as the parrot that pops up on Glenn's shoulder, the boss. And it was not supposed to be a puppet. Mafu's yelling Glenn. Oh, here, let me give you a little Godfeather. I don't have molasses, but that's okay. Perfect way to start a new year. Yeah. So this was the beginning of the Easter ogre, and then the boss was on his shoulder, and
my boss is not happy about it.
So it wasn't a puppet, it wasn't animated, it wasn't even rigged. It was just a flat puppet or a flat image that popped up on its shoulder. Thank you, Devlin. Good to see you. And then as chat was like, keep going, you know, I had to build the wings for the Godfeather. I had to bid in, rig it, animate it. And then, of course, we needed Mo, which is our sloth, which is short for molasses. Molasses. And write the story. So this was, to answer your question, yeah, I do a little bit of everything. But thank you for the question. That was a long tangent answer. So, and also we're probably going to be doing some Pictionary. No, it's not Pictionary. It's not copywritten, but a doodle game, because I am not an illustrator. I'm not a painter. The first time, let's get into create waves. The first time I ever have illustrated or animated anything. Oh, here we go. So this is After Effects. This is creating a swim cycle for a whale that I did. And this was creating a swim cycle in After Effects, which I was pretty proud of. And then we've got our first, this octopus is the first time I ever truly illustrated anything at all. So yeah, you get a little bit of everything from me, and also a lot of failing. So I will try anything live. Oliver says you're not an illustrator, but your doodles always look so close to what they should be. No, they don't. Adobe related, Mafu. Adobe related. You have to remember, I'm an expert. Okay, so we're going through some basics, the basic training, which I haven't even looked at this before. Okay, let's see here. Where am I? Let's move the moon closer to the draft so it looks like he's reaching for the moon. Select the move tool. Hitting V for the move tool. I've already selected it. Alessandra, thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna need some water. Alessandra, great question. How am I? I am freaked out. I gotta tell you. And now that more people are coming in, I'm gonna tell this again. This is a public service announcement. This morning, I ended up, hit wrong. 15 minutes,
Viking
buddy.
King 1999 just redeemed doodle game.
Boom. 15 minutes. Okay. So, today, Vikram sent me some images. For those of you that do not know, I do a how I would edit your image. I asked the community to send in images. Let's jump over to my Discord. Submit your images to my Discord, your photos to edit, and I will jump in and edit and show you how I would edit your photos. So people have shared photos, unedited photos. Here I am at Adobe Munich with Tim Say and Karen. There's Karen right there. You may recognize him from Adobe Live. Vikram sent me an image and I tried to bring it into Lightroom Classic, and my external hard drives where I keep all my Lightroom stuff was not working. Talk about absolute panic. Nate, good to see you, Nate. So, back your stuff up. back your stuff up. Back your stuff up. I've had a really, really, really bad last few months from going to Adobe Live. Mrs. Shawn was out of the country for a month. Me having to leave, being out of the country for a month. Having a family member pass away. This last few months have been horrible, and I have just not done the right stuff. And it almost came back and bit me in the butt. So, public service announcement. Ugh. Back your stuff up. I hope the drive issue is something quick and easy to get it working. I was able, I don't know. I mean, I was able to get it to work. So, Oliver, this is okay. Let's talk about this. Let's go tangent time, because this could happen to anybody. I've got over there. I've got my passport, for a Mac, and I plugged it in. You can hear it starts up, but it never showed up on my desktop, and the white light in the front was blinking. So I tried different computers. I changed tried different USBs. I tried different cables, and nothing was working. So then the next step was I came over and yeah, I can show this. I came over, I went into my Finder, I hit applications. Now again, this is for a Mac. I went to utilities, and then from utilities, I went to disk utility, and it immediately showed up. It showed up in the disk utility, and it showed up on the desktop. So as soon as that happened, I started backing up Finals a stream for me. Hey, dude, nice to see you, dude bug. So immediately, as soon as it came up, I started downloading all of my other stuff. I've got some passports that do that. I've stopped using them on the Mac. This is the first time. I have 4 or 5 passports. And I have never, ever, ever had an issue. Knock on wood. I have never had an issue with them. And so I got lazy. I'm just going to be perfectly honest. I got lazy because they have worked for years. Speaking of Duke Bug, hey, do you know this guy? Who's that guy? Yeah, back your stuff up. Back your stuff up. Don't go through that fear of God. Today was supposed to be a Lightroom Classic stream. It was not, or it is not. So
make it a habit 7 minutes of every morning all the way for 1 month.
You freaking. So that's how I'm doing. Alessandra, I just had the fear this morning. So that's why A, I was late, and B, we're doing Photoshop. That's it. Okay, we're back to the basic training. Let's move the moon closer. Ooh. I use an external SSD now for my Lightroom Classic external drive. Samsung 2 terabyte. I need to look into that, Oliver. I do. I need to upgrade. I do. Okay, I'm almost out of water. So, okay, we were going over the layer panel really quick. Layer panel, click the hamburger menu that I was talking about before. When you click on that, you're going to come down here to the bottom and you have panel options. So once you click on panel options, it opens up on another monitor. You have a choice. You can make your layers, your thumbnails, different sizes. Wait, okay, hold on. You can show the layer bounds or the entire document, and then you can add copy to the copy layer. So we'll go through this. Okay, so if I want to make them big, we can go ahead and hit OK. Now my layers, my thumbnails are huge. So you have control over that. Panel options. We're going to go small. And if I do the entire document, let's go ahead and hit OK. So it's showing the entire document and where it is. You can't see where that moon is, what that moon is. Now, of course, you have different, because I'm using the move tool, Photoshop has added many different ways for you to figure out where your layers are. So if I hover over the layer, you can see this blue box appears, that blue box right there. Now, let's open up our settings. Under the cog wheel, you have show layer bounds on hover, expand layer group on click, and show hover bounds from layer. So if I go over and I hover on the layer, it's taking me to where it is. So I've got the giraffes right there. I've got my moon is right there. The waterfall is that, planet is back there, and then our clouds. So you have that, but also it's giving me, as I hover, there's the clouds. It's highlighting where I am. So you can see over in the layer panel, there's the giraffes. Up there in the top, that's the planet. So you can see it that way. I prefer, this is just the way I like things, I like to see the layer bound. So I'm going to leave the layer bounds. Next off, the big thing that comes up as default, the add copy to copied layers. Let's go ahead, turn that on. We're going to hit OK. We're going to make new planets. Command J. Boom, you get that copy. Do I really need to know it's a copy? Really? Really? I don't. So let's go ahead. We're going to delete that. Let's go back into our layer panels and more panel options. And let's get rid of that add copy. I don't like that. Also, the expand in new effects. I am not a fan of this because if I add, let's turn that on and I will show you what that is. So first off, let's Command J. Now, it doesn't say planet copy. I name my layers. I know what's going on. So I don't need it to say copy. Let's get rid of that. Boom. Let's get back into that planet. Let's double click on it. We'll open up the effects really quick and let's do our outer glow again. And you can see it right there, big old pink outer glow. And now the effects have been put onto it. Do I need to see this? No. I can hit the arrow and make it smaller. Or I can make it bigger. I don't need to know what effect is there. So if Command 0, oh, not Command 0. Let's go ahead. We're going to open that up. Let's grab our effects. Let's delete that. Now get back into our layer panel and panel options. Ooh, my voice. Expand new effects. Turn that off. We're going to hit OK. Let's get back in. Let's add our outer glow for Dupe Bug. And why did you expand? You should not have expanded. Let's get rid of that. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. Now it's not expanding. Name your layers. Yes. We are going over the basics. Okay, there was a few questions. First off, I saw Vikram ask if I am going to be bringing back reeling. For those of you new here, I did a series of streams that was bringing back artists and streamers that we missed. Tony Harmer, David Cousins, people that Tim was on it, Umacorn was on it, people that we used to see a lot on Adobe Live UK, and they stopped streaming because of Adobe's. And so it was people who we love, that we want to see more of, and I brought them back. Things to do relink. First off, that was a lot of work. I was able to do what I wanted to, and Alex was the one that came up with it. Alex was on it. Alex, we came up with the idea on Max a couple of years ago, and I had it up and running at the beginning of the year. So it was a great idea. And going from Max to the beginning of the year, we had our first show. Am I going to do it again? I don't know. I don't feel the need. Then Alessandra. Wait, where did I see that? Edit your photos. When's edit your photos back? When I have enough to edit. I need photos. If I'm going to do how I would edit your photos, I need photos to edit. I'm a little lacking right now. Okay, let's get rid of that outer glow. I think that's it. And what we're working on today we're doing a basic look into Photoshop. I'm answering questions and kind of going through panels, explaining what things are. And to be honest, we have not got past the home page. This is an in-app learn section from the home page, and that we haven't even got by. It's supposed to be 3 minutes, and I think I've been working on it for a half hour. But that's okay because I love tangents. All right, we need to move the moon closer. So let's select our moon. I hit V for the selection tool. And let's go ahead, take our moon. Hey, Conley, I am doing well. How are you doing? Let's put that right there. I'm all right. Conley, I gotta tell you, that photo, I don't know. Excuse me. Excuse my ignorance. Still waking up. But on your stream, you had, I don't know if it was an F-16, F-18. I plead ignorance. I'm not very good with planes. But you had an outstanding freaking image up. That was absolutely gorgeous. The coloring that you had of it, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love seeing great work like that. I love it. So props. Okay. Let's see. We're back here. Click on the empty. Well, what do we got here? It's good habit. Yeah, it's good habit to select the layer you need to work on. Okay, we're gonna talk about this real quick. A good habit to first select the layer you need to work on. Click on an empty part of the moon layer to select the moon. Yes, I select the moon. With the move tool, for me, my workflow, the move tool is my default tool. Whenever I'm working on anything else, I always hit V, that's the shortcut key for the move tool, or if the artboard tool, because I work with artboards quite a bit, it's Shift V to select it. So that is my default. Now, up here, whoa, get back here. Up here, you have an auto select. Auto select and group, okay? So you can have auto select layer or group. So if, let's do layer to begin with, and I'll show you what's happening. It has its place. This is not the place for it, but auto select has its place. If we turn it on now, because as you can see, I hover over a object and the layer is selected. Now, as I auto select, you can see over here in my layers panel that it's highlighting or selecting those layers. So there's our giraffes, there's our planet, there's our moon. So if you have a lot of stuff to move, you can sit here and use auto select and it will jump you around and get you to where you want to be. At the same time, it can be hugely frustrating. So be aware if you're going to have this on or off. I prefer to have it off unless very specifically I know that I want to use this. If you have groups, and let's go ahead, let's take our giraffe and let's just group them. Let's group these. Giraffe, waterfall, and planet. I'm going to do a Command J. We're going to group that, and we can just do this showing off. Okay, now with auto select layer on, if I go in and I select the planet, it is selecting the planet. Command Z. Is the planet in there? No, it's not. Okay, let me close that. Let's go ahead, add the planet into that group. There we go. Let's close that group. So you can see right now that group is closed. If I go in and I select our giraffes, the group will open up and it will select the layer, not the group. Let's do a Command Z, Command Z, Command Z, Command Z. Gonna make another group, Command G. Now, if I change this from layer to group, and I go in and I go to select the giraffes, now it's selecting that group, not the individual layers. So again, this is a little bit deep dive, but the only reason I bring it up is because they are talking about it. Look at Discord DM. Okay. One moment. I have been directed to look at Discord. Oh. Oh, yeah. Accept that.
Touch your toes. I beg you to try this. You don't need
okay.
to work harder. You need
you rock.
That count. Follow this 7 minutes of Tai Chi every morning.
Let me jump on this side. Okay.
1 week, you'll feel better.
This.
You'll look better. In 1 month, your wife.
Let's start here.
Your results. Here's a
absolutely.
Tai Chi workout plan made for men over 50.
You are upsetting me, YouTube. First off, this is okay. F16. Thank you. This is gorgeous. I love this one. It's beautiful. This edit here, I absolutely love this edit. Now, it's different. It felt as if on your screen, it had a little more sepia. It was but absolutely love this freaking edit. That is gorgeous. These I did not see. Holy cow, that's a F-18, I believe. Could be wrong. F-22 Raptor. I knew the wings didn't look right. I knew the F-18. Okay, I'm not going to talk. I'm just showing my ignorance again. Look at the flame down here. Oh. That's badass. I was... Oh. F-22 must have a lot of ISO then. Oh, dude bug. You are witty. It was shot with not a high ISO. It was just shot with a very slow shutter. You are witty, dude bug. Many years ago, I'm not gonna age myself by giving you an exact year, but one of the stealth bombers now, and I'm not gonna give you a military base. My brother was in the Navy and was an air traffic controller, and so I went to go visit him. We were in the same state when I was in college. And he's like, hey, do you want to see, this'll age me. Hey, you want to see the new stealth bomber? And I'm like, yes, I do. So we walked out on the tarmac and we didn't get far. I'll put it that way. We didn't get far. And all of a sudden, an MP, I think it was an MP. I wasn't into my military terminology at that time. Ran up to us, stopped us, and is like, you're not allowed to go any further. And my brother's like, hey, it's okay. I'm an air traffic controller. It's all right. And he's like, no, as of right now, you have three sniper rifles pointed at your head. And we kind of stopped and we looked around, and sure enough, up on the building, there were three snipers up there. So we didn't get too close to it. That's the story. Not bomber wise. Yeah, they had the fighter. They had two fighter jets and the bomber. So 2 stealth fighters. Yeah, don't try to get too close to secret military stuff. I got to tell you, these are beautiful. These are beautiful. The F-117 was the first stealth fighter. I didn't know the number. I only knew it. Wow. And the B-2 was technically the first. Yeah, this definitely was a B-2. And I didn't realize the F-117. These are great. Absolutely wonderful. B-2, the big flying flat wing. Yes. Oh my gosh. A few years back, I met a photographer who her job was to photograph the military jets or military hardware. Let's just put it that. From helicopters. It was pretty darn impressive. Pretty darn impressive. But that's what her job was. Like, dang. I've not seen a lot of your work. I've not seen a lot of it. Whenever I've jumped into your streams, mainly you've been gaming. but I know when you first came in, we were chatting about some of your work, and it's been a while. Yeah, thank you for asking. I think I have links available. Okay, that doesn't... Oh, I must not. Well, let me do this. Sorry about that. Okay. There we go. And that... Hold on. I love that image. That's a freaking great image. This one is amazing. You were in a plane flying with them. The only time I've been able to photograph from a plane is I was in a little, like, I don't know if that's a Cessna. I don't think it is, but I was in a plane like that. There were no other planes around me, though. Hot Shot J. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, we're taking a hardcore chance. Cove, welcome back. I'm in a plane flying formation with the subject plane for some of these. That is freaking cool. Dang. Damn. FYI, public service announcement. You do not want to try to party with these guys. You don't. Don't. I'm going to tell you right now. It's a losing battle. I think I was 20 maybe, and we were all staying at the hotel. They were putting a show on, and was in Central California to see it. And yeah, don't. Oh, is this stock photography or photo portfolio? Cove. This is Brandon. Oh my gosh. This is Brandon Conley's website. And so we are just doing a quick look into I didn't know your name was Brandon. Oh, no way. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh. That's how I get to work. I don't... do bug, I think, and I'm in a home office. I think you'd hit your head on some of the buildings. absolutely great. Okay, we're gonna go through some of these really quick. Because we got to get down to the doodle game. It's been redeemed. This is some absolutely gorgeous work. I don't want to be too informal with you, so I will call you Conley. But this is some absolutely beautiful work. Just wonderful. We'll go with BC. I dig BC. Oh, that's a lovely shot of Tiger. I love that is such a freaking wonderful environmental portrait. It was in his prime, 2014 or something. That is such a great environmental portrait there. Wow. Yeah, Cove, the colors are damn crazy. I agree. Canon colors. I gotta say, great work. I love showing off the community's work. If you ever want me to show more off, I am more than happy to. I always, for those of you that may not know, what am I doing? I always start, get into my Discord. I have community artwork, project feedback, and I always start, just like today, showing off the community's artwork. That is one of the favorite things that I love to do, is if you share it with me, I'm gonna share it with the community. So if anybody is new here and you join my Discord, yep, I'm gonna be showing it off. And the cool thing is we're all, in different time zones and whatnot. And so we have different communities, different people joining in. I'll keep it in mind as I just joined. Oh, welcome. Okay. Cove, yes. Absolutely. I mean, the whole purpose of my channel is very simply to create a safe place for artists to come, learn, and share. That's it. My channel isn't about me or, that's why I have no problem failing. That's why I have no problem trying different apps that I've never worked in before, doing, different things. For those of you new here, when somebody, not naming names, gave me the full Creative Cloud, the very next day I was in Illustrator, working in Illustrator Live. Like, I opened it once and looked at it the day I downloaded it, and then the next day I was live. So I have no problem failing because I'm used to it. Okay, let's see. All right, gotta run as I have a phone interview in 10 minutes. I'll be live a little bit later today with some more photo stuff. Boom! Vikram, we got a big boom.
Vikram King 1999 just redeemed Big Boom.
Thank you for that. BC, I will see you around. Have a great day, and hopefully I can catch you later if I'm not live, because I'll be going live in a couple hours on Adobe Live. Firefly Discord, not Adobe Live. Okay. Let's see. Chat, you all rock. Yes, they do. I'm done with this. We're gonna be spending time getting into different things. What are we on? We're on 2 to 4. Let's make this okay. I've already done that. Let's finish this up. Remove an object with a single click. Oh, we need to undo this. Elena. Why? Why you gotta be that way? You shnikes. Okay, what am I doing? We really don't need the second moon in the sky. So we'll use a spot healing brush to remove it. No, we won't. I'm not gonna use a spot healing brush. Let's select. No way. That's no moon. Let's grab the selection tool. Let's go ahead. We're going to hit remove. There we go. Okay. Now you can see now let's see some Photoshop magic. With one click, remove almost all the small objects using the retouching tool. What small objects? Remove almost all. Yeah. We're moving on. What? I don't know what you want me to remove. It's just dumb. Yeah, I'm on the magic. Hey. Okay. Stop arguing with the teacher. No. No, you can't make me. We want to remove some objects on the clouds. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're not going to do that. I'm done. That's all it took. Single click. Yep, great. Wonderful. Wonderful adjustment. Yeah, we're done with this. Let's exit out of that. Said exit. Take care, Umacorn. Let's not save. Okay, let's get out of that. Don't save. We don't need that. Let's get into our home. Open up our doodle game. I need water. So let me get my Wacom. Okay, we got that going. We got my Wacom. And I'm gonna be... Thank you, Oliver. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have... Oh, get rid of that. Gonna do layer. So, for those of you new here, we are doing a called the Doodle game, somewhat known as Pictionary, but Cove.
Cove_at just redeemed Big Boom.
I have. Let me bring that up. Boom, Cove. So I have a Pictionary generator, so it's going to come up with different words, and I'm going to try to doodle them, and you're going to guess what they are. So we are going to start with easy, and okay, I like that one. Let's jump over into Photoshop. Is clever here? I did see clever. I did. Why are you competing with clever? Let's go ahead, hit B for our brush. Devlin. Huh? What? That? All right, we've got smoothing. Everything is good. Where is mouth? What? So just so you know, when you are using a Wacom tablet, make sure to have it the correct way. Having it like this is a bit upside down and you will lose your mouse. So make sure to have it the right way. And it's keying out, but public service announcement. All right, we've got our default colors. We're good to go. Everything's boom, boom, boom. Here is the first one, and we're going to cheat. Penny Doodles. We got a raid. Penny, how are you? I hope you were working on something fun. Ooh, why are you not doing that? I want you. Hi, Penny. Retro outro. Welcome in. Devlin says licorice. Tea time with Taryn. Hello. Good to see you again. High-rise apartment in the sky. Box. For those of you just jumping in, and you may not know me, some of you may, I'm Shawn Kozel. I'm a photographer based in Germany. When we end up, somebody redeems the Doodle game HP trackpad. You're getting close. Redeem the Doodle game. We're playing Pictionary. I am not an illustrator, so I'm going to doodle something up, and you in chat are going to guess what it is. And here we go. So we are on the first one. We're using an easy. Wow, that's not good. We're using easy mode right now for the generator. And cube. Maze Labyrinth puzzle. Oliver got it with cube. Oliver. Bam. That's a horrible E. It froze on my end, got left behind. All right, cube it is. So let's name that cube. That was really easy. That's it. It was easy. It was partial. That's why it was on easy mode. I filled up my water too much. Okay, let's kick it up to medium. Medium. Okay. All right, I'm down with this one. This might take a little bit. I like a challenge. All right. Woof.
Retro outro just followed.
Retro outro. There you go. Thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Welcome in. Welcome in. You get a boom. You get a boom. All right. Let me get back to the other side. A crown. Crowns have always kicked my buttocks, to be honest. I should have used a symmetry tool. I did not. I'm trying to be better. That is not good. A pot, pancake, a hot water bottle. Ooh, that went bad. That went bad. A syrup vase, jug, bottle, lantern. Honey. A honey pot. We've got honey. Poop in a jar. Devlin. I was thinking Winnie the Pooh. Poop in a jar. I think Oliver should get 1 point for that. Accurate. Hey. Hey, that's kind of a backhanded compliment. All right, let's kick it up to hard. Not real hard, hard. Ooh. Aha. Okay. This is going to be a tough one. I am liking, I'm telling you, I am liking these hard ones a little bit more and more. Okay. Let me move my mic a little bit. I keep bumping it. Okay. Solar mustache, a ferry wheel. You mean Ferris wheel? On what channel on Discord can I send my works? Go ahead and put them on like either share your work or share a project. Giant wheel. You notice these are getting bigger and bigger. Okay, you spin me right round, baby, right round. Ferris wheel. A wine barrel. Ferris wheel. A fun fair. Amusement park. I hit the wrong button. We have a winner with amusement park from Vikram. Amusement park. Good job. Good job, Vikram. I sent it to community artwork. Perfect. Hands up and scream barf. Why would you scream barf? Devlin, why would you... I mean, really, do you really need to scream barf on a roller coaster? Isn't that like inciting other people to possibly barf? That's not good. That's not good. Let's go real hard. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, 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 oh. Barf. Oh, that's the involuntary part. I put too much water. All right. Here we go. A ladder, loitering teenagers, trees, kennel. I've been doing a lot of cages, haven't I? Tunnels, a bingo card, prison, racetrack, a fence, longitude lines, a map.
Imagine being able to build an app
Oh,
with your name on it.
come
Just
on.
by thinking about it.
I know.
Base
A world map, a grill, projection map, all right. Yeah, let this continue on a little bit. And I apologize. Time zones. Vikram. Continental drift. The globe. I would say I cheated using numbers, but I don't care. Vikram, you're on fire today, buddy. If only I know. I know. I know there's some funky ones. Oh my God, I totally forgot the UK. I don't know. They're all over the place. They are. I can't remember. I was looking at one map, and they're like boo choo boo boo time zones like this and all sorts of crazy stuff. Crazy. But for the doodle game, it works. I don't know how. And there's Australia. Oh, and Arizona, yeah. Well, Arizona's Arizona. Oh, we are so doing this one. Okay. Okay. If certain people in this chat don't get this, I am going to be so disappointed. So disappointed. Paper bag, lens, hydrate, a PDF, camera lens. A tin, a tag. ID bag, toxic waste, dog food, special K. Ramen. Lays? Lays? What are Lays, Vikram? What are Lays? Nachos? Lays is a brand of crisps. Crisp! Crisp! There we go. Oliver and Caroline. I'm like, yes, yes. Oh, the word is crisps. Yep, crisp. Oh, oh, so good, so good. That was directly for my UK peeps. I thought it'd be Americanized. Well, no, it could be like a crisp apple, and it could be, celery is crispy. So I think being crisp, but I knew I could go with going with chips, potato chips. Lay's is Walker's in the UK. That I didn't know. Crisps. Triangle looks like nose. Well, I was going for like Doritos. And I failed. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, I need a layer. Thank you, Photoshop. All right, here we go. Apple, okay. Red Delicious apple, a potato, a Granny Smith, Oof. Oof. No, that's not working. Apple pie, apple cider, apple fruit. Candy apple, toffee apple, apple strudel, strudel, apple picking, crated apple. Oliver, it's crate. It's crate. I was going to continue on like so. Crate, like an apple crate. When the wooden crates, I don't know. Well, maybe a crated apple is a box of apples. But when you go to like a fruit stand or you go to a fruit, like on the side of the road, we have orchards here, and you can buy a crate of apples. It's literally a crate. So I got to give it that to Oliver. Great. That's not what I meant. You said the word. Then what is crated apples? Like for cheese. He put grated. Not. Son of a. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, then technically Mafu got it. She says what's crated. Mafu's gonna get 0.5. I think apple box. Yeah, that's a crate. Yeah. Okay, what time is it? Oh, 20 after. All right. We're gonna do one more. And I see some ads are coming up for those of you on Twitch. I don't know. This is gonna be tough.
Fujisaki Mafu, you just redeemed Big Boom.
Fujisaki Mafui. Okay. This is going to be difficult. This is going to be a hard one. All right. Oof. We got profile sleeping. Aunt Blobby snoring, yodel snoring, pre-apnea, me hard at work. Oh, we have 1 second apart. Raven Dragons, welcome in. Good to see you. We have a 1 second apart. We're gonna give this both. We're gonna give this to Caroline and Vikram. Oh my gosh. Caroline and Vikram, you got yawn. I cannot believe it. Raven, how you doing today? Happy New Year. Wonderful to see you. Thank you for coming in. We are doing a quick little doodle game to end the stream. Just to have a little bit of fun before we are done. Last one. I am from India. Welcome in. I am from Germany. I'm not from Germany. I live in Germany. And everybody, welcome back from the... Okay, let's... Caroline says, yeah, I got one. Yes, you did. Yeah, a lot of people here are artists. Welcome in. Okay, this is going to be, let me make sure to get to Photoshop. I don't want to share it. I have an idea who's going to get this one, but that's okay. A bird bath, a keyboard, okay, a computer, a desk. Okay, we're gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna hold down the Option key, hit V, hold down the Option key, and we're gonna bring that one over here. Okay, Command D to deselect, B for our brush, and okay. Let's see what we got. I need to go backwards. I was focused on drawing. We've got a desk, computer, keyboard, workstation, computer, office, studio, work, coworkers, transfer, monitor and keyboard, desktop, data center, networking, cloud, desk, office, cloud storage, internet. Oh, we have a tie. Oh my God, exact same time. 15, 24, 24. We've got Duke Bug and we have Oliver. Communication, cloud, send, World Wide Web, Caroline, internet, Cove, internet. Yep, your server, communication network. Oh my gosh, we have a absolute 100% tie. So we're going to go in dupe. It isn't clown storage. Could be. Oliver. Great job. That was exact same timing. We need to go to like a 100th of a second here. One more last. Okay, fine. Fine. I can't believe. If you have time before ending the stream, you can take a look at my work I sent. I have to stream again in an hour and a half, Cove. So I kind of got stuff I've got to get to. Okay, we're gonna do a quick look. Is that from Tron? Deathmatch Arena. Oh. Raven, I will subscribe you. I am sure your videos are nice. Well, thank you so much. Devlin. We got a holy shnikes from Devlin. Thank you, Raven. Greatly appreciated. Let me give you a big boom for that. It's for a festival. Okay. I'm digging it. That's lovely. That is freaking nice right there. Whoa. Cancel out of that. Wait. One moment, everybody. The only problem, like, I really love this poster. The only problem that I see with it is there's, like, contrast. It's not the poster. I dig the poster. It's not that. It's the mock-up. I don't like the distortion, and I don't like the background. I mean, the background is cool. I would almost go through, select the background, and really change it up. Maybe a lighter color. I feel it's taking away from the poster. The poster itself is kick-ass. It's so cool. I love what it's going. But for the mock-up, yeah, it's not big enough. Like, yeah, that's a freaking cool poster. Okay, let's get in here. Hold on. Please hold. Oh, yeah, this'll work. This'll work. Okay. I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna do this really quick. So, hopefully this is okay with you. We're gonna do a quick tangent and get into downloads. And that. All right. It's a WebP, so let's do it this way. There we go. So first off, something that I would want to do is we would go in, let's make a selection. Let's grab that. This is a really bad selection, and I can tell it's a bad selection, but bear with me here. We're going to do a Command Z, get that on its own. Command J, get that on its own layer. And so from here, let's turn that into a smart object really quick. We're going to do a Command T. We're going to, let's hold down the Alt. We're going to make this bigger. And Raven says, I like the cat. I will check the cat out in a second. So your subject needs to power the image. That's what you need to have happen here. And unfortunately, it's too small. Okay, so we do that. Then we're going to grab our background layer. Let's grab an adjustment, maybe a brightness and contrast. And if we come in, we make sure, even though it's there, we don't need to clip it. But if we take that down and We take it the other way. Even that. Even that. Darkening everything up. I mean, I love the idea that you have the texture. Even so, let's go in, let's grab an exposure adjustment layer, and we can even go darker with the exposure. With the exposure adjustment layer, you can go pure black. So you could go really dark with this and make it pop a little bit. Now, you could also do the exact same thing. If I grab a lightness and let's clip that down. Now let's bring down the contrast. Just get our whites to pop a little bit more right there. You can see the before and after. That's the before. That's the after. You can really end up getting that just to pop a little bit more with your whites. And then with the backgrounds, you can see, like, to me, you're losing it. To me, you're losing it. But the fact that you make it bigger and even just darker, a little bit more grungier, just getting your poster to pop. That's the thing. I mean, it doesn't matter what type of artist you are. You want to direct the viewer as into what they're seeing and how they're going to see it. That blue is bringing my eyes in. When you're doing mock-ups like this. So don't be afraid to go big. That's the thing. Show off. When you make something that's cool as hell like this, show it off. Like, don't be afraid to be proud of it. If you can't be proud and share your work and scream, look at this, who else is going to? I mean, obviously I'm doing it right now, but you're going to be the first one. So when you're doing mock-ups like this, go big, go big. All right. Thank you for letting me show that. I am not going to save it, and don't save. And I will get rid of this. There we go. All right. Thank you for letting me go through that real quick, Cove. I like doing that type of stuff. Thanks for the tips. Means a lot. Well, thank you for sharing. That means more. Now, we had a cat. Who says I like the cat? Raven said I like the cat. I do too. That's a really nice composite. My mind was so focused on that, on the mock-up, that I really didn't look at this closely. Yeah, that's a nice composite. I like that. I have nothing to say at all. Good work. Good work. I really like I love how you've got the flower breaking the border going onto your banner. One thing I would have tried is, and I don't know how this one looks. This is just a suggestion. Having this leaf here go behind the banner, leave this one in front, have this one go behind the banner, and have this one over the top of the building. Mafu, have a great day. Raven, it's cold here too. That's something to play with. Something to play with. Just kind of a thought. And it may work, it may not, because obviously you do not want to cover up the face or the eyes, but it's also a different way to get some depth. You could, you've added the starting of depth by having it go on top of the border. But if you had it come in front, it's just a thought. Yeah, but I like it. It's the transparency of the flower, the lily, I believe it is really, really pretty. Very nice. Great colors. Great color. No. It's not a mistake. I'm not saying it's not a mistake because I wouldn't know if you've tried it. It's very possible you tried it and you're like, no, I don't like it. That's a possibility. It's, I'm just saying what I'm looking at. It's give it a try, but by no means is it a mistake, because it's not. A lot of people wouldn't even have put the flower going over the banner. So I mean, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. But just a suggestion. That's all it is. And you can tell me I'm wrong. You can, and I'm perfectly fine with it. Or you can say, yeah, I'll try it. And then again, you can say you're wrong. And I'm okay. Yeah. All right. Vikram wanted one more game. And since he redeemed, he put the points up, he gets one more game. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay. Making sure we need a layer. Let's close that down. Let's hit B for our brush. Outer glow. Outer glow. You remind me of somebody, Duke Bug. Particles. No, this is really easy. Ooh. Keep going. That's screwed up. Waves, row, rudder, rowing, rib, rowing, sausage, boat. Sailing, ice cream, spoon. Why do I keep screwing up that one side? A raft. A raft. Devlin came in strong with a raft. Devlin. Okay. No, she didn't. Did she say raft? Desktop data center. Okay, internet. Cloud. Transfer cloud. Okay, wait. Okay, there we go. Outer glow particles mote C spec sign. But
Dupe bug just redeemed monkey paw stretch.
sorry, Devlin. Didn't see it. Okay. I did not. One moment, Dupe Bug, and we will get into it. We will do it. That's a good way to end the stream. Inflatable dinghy. What are you calling me? Why are you calling me that, Devlin? Just because I didn't see it? Jeez. Why you gotta be so mean? Wow. Wow. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, those of you new here, welcome into everybody who ended up coming in and finding me today. You are more than welcome to this community, and hopefully you enjoy your time here. We usually end with the doodle game, but Dupebug redeemed the monkey paws stretch. So go ahead, stretch along with me. Remember, don't push yourself. This should not hurt. If it starts hurting, relax, okay? So you're gonna put your arms out and let me move my mic. Put your arms out like so. Paws down, paws down, paws down. Point your fingers to the ground. Curl those fingers into a paw and repeat with me. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Get those monkey paws. Oh, come on, ads. Freaking jerks. Okay. You put your arms out, you put your arms in, you go ooh, ooh, ah, and then you relax. Okay. Point your fingers up. Make those paws. Hold it. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Okay, relax. Now, put your paws up. Point your fingers to the sky and make those paws. Raven, take care. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. And relax. Point down to the ground. Make those paws. Ah. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. And relax. Slowly. Slowly, gorilla. I got called an inflatable dinghy and a gorilla. Shake them out a little bit. That's a good way to end the stream. Make sure take care of your tools. If it doesn't hurt for me and it doesn't hurt for me anymore, it's did the first time Anna did it. The first time somebody redeemed it here, and it might have been you, Oliver. I was too excited and I went too far over. My wrist fell asleep. I was like, oh my God, it's carpal tunnel all over again. I really overdid it. Really overdid it. It is. And props to Anna Davis Court. Dana Avis Court, who came up with the monkey paws, and Ryan Selvey, who continued it. So big shout out to both of them. Let's see. So in an hour and 15 minutes, holy crud, I'm going to be live with Jack on the Firefly Discord. So if you are on the Adobe Firefly Discord, jump on over there. I don't remember what we're doing today. A thought, try a different cable on your drives. If you have something, Shawn, sometimes it's a cable that goes bad. I did try that. I've got, I have many like I said, I have four right here. I have four different external hard drives. And so I tried a different USB port. I tried a different cable and different computers. The only way it came up is using the utility drive. Utility drive. The 4x4. Raven, I'm happy you're here. Thank you so much. Time for a cuppa. Thanks, Shawn. Great stream. Thanks, Caroline. I will be back Tuesday with my regular stream time. So Tuesday and Thursdays are when I stream on the Mac. Waiting is often the solution. If a drive is powered up but not mounting, drive utility might be doing something in the background before it'll mount it. The issue, Oliver. Well, heck, let's try it. Let's try it. Hold on. Come on. Oh, it came up. It's so the weird thing, it's still blinking fast, but it came up. Sometimes mine mounts instantly, sometimes they take ages, but if drive starts routinely taking ages, likely means there's something wrong, and that's causing a check each time. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a solid state. It's not blinking anymore. So next week, Raven, will probably either continue doing deep dive into Photoshop, or we may get into Lightroom Classic. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to have to get some gift cards from Adobe. Buy me a solid state drive. Okay, so it's up. This is what's weird, is that I plugged it in, it blinks fast, and then it finally came up and it stopped blinking. So it's weird. Powered up with the access light blinking is what I get. It means it's being checked for some reason. I'm gonna back all this stuff up. I am not taking the chance. This weekend is probably right when I get done with this stream. I'm probably gonna dive in and start looking for another hard drive. Yeah, because this is not good. This is not good. Oliver, I know you do. And I have been, I get lulled into a relaxed state, a trusting, relaxed state, which I shouldn't. And I don't do what I preach. There's nothing, I'm guilty. This is my fault. And I'm aware of that. And I know what I should be doing. You can wear yellow is nice on you. No, when you stream, Raven, I don't know if you stream. I don't know if you know this. So wearing darker colors will actually, the camera will adjust so my head will be brighter, my face. If I wear too much color, one, I may fall into the green screen. Like, hold on. Like, we can go full green screen here. Now you can see my chair. Yeah. Oliver says, I mean, I have two sets of backups for the Mac, and the same data is replicated to the PC, which also has two sets of backups. Then it is also on the NAS and in the cloud. Have a great day, Raven. Thank you for showing up. It's always funny when people turn up for Adobe Live wearing green. Yeah. Yep. I've been doing this for so long. You look like a genie. Grant me a wish. Okay. That's just weird. Okay, we can't do that. All right, we're going to end this. Everybody, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Come and join me in about an hour on the Firefly Discord. Vikram. Good night, Shawn. Good night, Vikram. What else is happening? There is Adobe Live today. Again, not sure what's happening. But yeah. And I'm going to figure this out, the backup system, Oliver. I just need to do better. And I know it's me. I just need to do better. So maybe the scare will take care of that, because it was not good. Cove, have a great day. Okay, Pixie is on Adobe Live at 7 p.m. UK time. That's 8 p.m. P. What time zone am I in? CEST, 8 p.m. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your day. If I do not see you in the chat in the Adobe Lives, take care. I will see you next week, I hope. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay creative. Wait, aren't we CEST now? We're standard time. Stay safe, stay creative, and just be nice. I will see you all later. Bye, everyone. We could do CEST summertime. Son of a... Come on.